And welcome to Wednesday Night Live with Fun Felicia. To be honest with you, I'm not really feeling very fun Felicia today. We just got announced that we're going into another week of lockdown in Sydney, which means that just life is just blending from one day to the next without much happening. And no activities and no outdoor things apart from exercise. So it definitely isn't fun at the moment, and I was questioning whether I should even do a live on Fun Felicia while I was feeling so not fun. And I went for a walk this morning and I just saw this tiny little bush of wattle coming out of the trees, and it was in full bloom, and I just went, oh. And then I was like, well, that's Fun Felicia's flower, and she's the person I'm meant to be talking about today in my live. So I went, well, there's a sign. And then I was also just pulling out Fun Felicia's card to share with you for today. And I just also realised that she was the card that I pulled on Sunday for People's Week. So she's definitely around, and she's definitely energetically with us all this week, even if we don't. If you're in Sydney, you don't really feel like you're having a lot of fun at the moment. Fun Felicia's energy is definitely around. So here is her card, and she is her flower is the wattle, and the wattle means increased laughter and a reminder to play, which is very fitting for Fun Felicia. So I also think that, because she's around this week, it's just a nice little sign and a reminder for me as well that even though we are in lockdown, what can I do to bring more fun into my life? Like, what can I do at home to make it fun and just be a little bit more exciting than sitting in the dull energy? And that's really a choice that we make. At the end of the day, lockdown is a thing. You can't stop it, you can't change it, it is what it is. So you can choose how you face that, and you can choose to sit and watch TV and do nothing and veg out for a week, or you can choose to make the most of the time and do things that you like doing. So one of the things that I love doing is jigsaw puzzles. So I have set up on my table, and I'm happy to post a photo in the comments later of my jigsaw that it's just all over the table, and I'm just spending my evenings sitting there pottering, putting pieces of jigsaws together, which I really love, and I find it really fun. And the thing that I love about it is you take this big picture and you end up breaking it down into these minute little details. So when you're doing a jigsaw puzzle, you're really focusing on the detail, and this is part of a fence, or this is part of a flower. So I've got to find the other part of the fence or the other part of the flower to match with it. And then you put all these little detail pieces together, and you end up with this beautiful, amazing picture. And I guess it's a bit metaphorically about, a bit like your change journey as well. You kind of put your goals out there, but then you have to break it down into all your little minute little steps that you want to do, and you're really focusing on putting this piece with this piece so that you can move forward. But when you take a step back and you have a look at your journey as a whole and how far you've come, then you get excited, and it's the full picture, if you know what I mean. So we'll talk about more of that next week when we talk about Proud Pearl and looking back. But so jigsaw puzzles is something I find fun, and I have been doing that, and I just need to embrace that a little bit more. And rather than doing it in the energy of, well, I'm just doing this to fill in time, just really choosing to love it a lot more than like I know I love it, rather than not just dismissing that. So that's a nice reminder for me today. So hopefully having Fun Felicia on this live is a reminder for you to find what's fun for you and do something this week while you're in lockdown, if you are in lockdown, to do something fun for you. And that can just be indoors, and it can be something that you can do in lockdown, and just having a think about what that could be would be really beneficial for you, especially because our energy is so strong this week. I also wanted to share with you that a few months ago, or a month ago, I was in full-on work mode, and I was feeling like I wasn't getting a lot done. and I had scheduled to go to lunch with a couple of girlfriends, old girlfriends from school. And I pulled a card before I left, and I actually pulled Fun Felicia. And I looked at it and I just went, you know what, this is just a reminder for me to forget all the stresses about running a business and forget about all the things that I have to do. And I'm catching up with these people that I haven't seen for a really long time. And I'm just going to go and I'm just going to enjoy myself. And so we had a really nice lunch, and it was probably about 3:30, and one of them had to go and pick up her kids from school. And I just sat there and I went, I don't actually need to be anywhere. And my other girlfriend said, I don't need to be anywhere either. And we ended up staying at the restaurant or the pub where we were, having glasses of wine and talking and reminiscing until 8:30 that night. So we'd been there since midday, and we spent 8.5 hours chatting and catching up and really just enjoying ourselves. And I really feel that that was because I'd given myself permission to have fun that day, because I had chosen Fun Felicia in the afternoon. And I even said to her during the afternoon, I said, you won't believe which card I pulled at lunch before I came out today. And that's really the energy of Fun Felicia, that sometimes, and it doesn't matter how much you've got on your plate, if you can just put that aside for a couple of hours and do something that really lights you up and really brings you some joy, then that's really great balance for you. Because we talk all the time about having an empty cup, and you can't pour from an empty cup. And if you want to really help those around you and support people and be the person that you're going to be and be this amazing human being, you have to fill your cup up, and that comes with doing something that's fun for you. And the reason that we use the word fun is because that normally means that there is no other purpose to it. So there's no underlying, yeah, I'm enjoying this, but it's also benefiting XYZ. There is no purpose to it. So for my jigsaw puzzle, there's no purpose to it. I just love doing it. And when I'm finished, I take a photo of it and I pack it up and I put it back in the box. But I've loved the activity and I've loved the enjoyment of doing it. When I sat there with my girlfriends having drinks, I enjoyed the moment, and I was just in the moment and I forgot about everything else. That's what revitalizes you, and that's what Fun Felicia is all about. So I would really invite you this week to look for something that's fun, whether you are in lockdown or not. Maybe you are completely stressed with something at the moment. I would like you to take this week, put that aside for a few hours and do something that for no other reason, you're just going to do it because you're going to enjoy it. That could even just be having a bath, or it could just be painting your toenails or something like that, that is just going to give you a little piece of relaxation, enjoyment and good times without having to feel like you've got an ulterior motive to do that. So just a quickie today. I've got here the reasons that you want to have fun. They're in the book, but it's to reduce, it reduces your stress levels, it increases your productivity, helps you sleep better, and basically nourishes your soul. And I think that's what we all need at the moment. It's winter, it's getting dark early, it's that time where we just need a little bit of nourishing, and having some fun and really carving out some time in your week for you to have fun is the best thing that you can do. So I invite you to do that this week. Please post and let us know what you did to have fun. I will share a copy of my jigsaw puzzle photo so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm actually tackling 1,500 pieces this time, where I normally do 1,000. So it's amazing how much the extra 500 pieces really makes a difference. So I'll be enjoying that this evening, and I hope you have a great week. And next week we're going to talk about Proud Pearl and all about celebrating your wins. So we're still in the self-love stage of the change journey, and really just looking at all the things that you can do to increase your self-love, and clearly having fun is one of those. So have a good week. I'll see you next week. Bye.